IoT time.
Hello folks, I am Ken Briota, Editorial Director for IoTEvolutionWorld.com, and you are here at IoT Time, broadcasting live on Periscope at the moment, and coming to you here on your video screens. Let's start with the news. US Cellular announced today that they teamed up with Monit to offer an all-new online monitoring system to US Cellular's customers. So it's going to be a pairing of the two. It's going to be very exciting for folks who get involved there. A new market report from NexusGuard and Cybersecurity Ventures has identified DDoS and bandwidth attacks as key risks in the developing and growing IoT, not necessarily to the IoT itself, but as entry points to larger security systems. So we've got to make sure and secure our devices, folks, which of course you've heard me talking about before. Cellular and Multitech have announced a new deal to join forces, and by their powers combined, they will not be Captain Planet, but they will help their joint customers deploy IoT tech in a way that makes it just work without having to worry about the underlying infrastructure, which of course is easier for their business customers. So that's pretty exciting for them. And that's it for today's news. Moving into My IoT. I read an article today in Inc. magazine, Inc. Online. An Inc. magazine article published on August 19th that I just saw today by contributing editor Jeffrey James alleges that the IoT, as an entity, is a terrible idea. I'm just going to let you sit with that for a moment. IoT is a bad idea, folks. We should give up on it now. Run the other way. He says, basically, it's too complex, and it's only getting more complex, and our poor computers, our poor, lonely computers just won't be able to handle it. So failure is inevitable. They can't handle all this complexity, folks. It's too much work. It's too hard. So give up. That's his argument. It's in a nutshell, at least as I read it. His most damning quote, as I saw it, was how he ended the whole column. And I quote, "This is not to say that we shouldn't continue to develop new software, new electronics, and new technologies. However, the moment we start believing that software is more stable and secure than the human beings who design it, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment and disaster." End quote. I have many problems with this, obviously. I believe in the IoT for starters. I mean, full disclosure, I think the IoT is a good idea. But the thing is, I do so for what I think are fairly well thought out reasons. And when I'm critical of the industry, which I am pretty frequently for you folks who've seen this before, is because I think that we can do better. I don't, however, all that withstanding, doubt the importance of the IoT itself. I see the potential in areas like mitigating and managing the effects of climate change through careful monitoring of sea levels, resource use, energy consumption management across smart grids. There's a lot of potential there. I see potential for consumers to have better control of the petty annoyances of day-to-day life in a connected world, leaving them more free time for leisure and better quality of life. And those are just two broad areas that the IoT is very capable of making life better. I see a lot of potential. Now, I'm no idealist. I also see the risks of security breaches, data theft, terrorism, economic fluctuations, all of which are potential risks and things that the industry is dealing with right now, and also all manageable, if not small, challenges. Versions of which are being faced now and are faced by most, if not all, developing technologies. I remember how people were once very concerned about how these newfangled newspapers were bringing down the quality of communication between people in the family. Seems like we got past that. I think we'll probably get through these challenges too. And to say that humans are better at data management than smart analytical computers, such as the ones that we're seeing being developed now, is laughable if sincere, and idiotic if said just out of raw, cynical clickbaiting. Folks, I just couldn't find this article more frustrating. You folks in the industry know what's going on. You know that, yes, there are challenges, but we're overcoming them. To say that we should scrap the whole idea because it's too hard, I just can't even begin to think how stupid that is. So, folks, go ahead and let me know what you think. I'll link to the article in the description. Give it a read. Come back and hit me in the comments. Hit me on Periscope right now. I am on Twitter at Ken Briota. That's KenBriodagh. I am also available on Twitter at IoT Evolution. You can find all the stories I referenced and this video at IoTEvolutionWorld.com. And I hope to see you all online. That's all I got for you today, folks. I'm Ken, and I'll see you later.
IoT time.